Okay.
How special.
Yes, we do. Sorry, we're a little late tonight. Motion to convene into the open session. Motion, Mrs. Mitchell.
Second.
Second, Mr. Hamilton. All in favor?
Aye.
No one opposed? Motion carried. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Ms. Berry?
Here.
Ms. Boswell Hayes? Here. Ms. Graves? Mr. Hamilton? Ms. Mitchell? Here. Ms. Prue? Here. Mr. Webanero?
Mr. Webanero is excused. Okay. Motion to approve the agenda with the addenda.
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Mitchell. Second, Mrs. Brew. All in favor? No one opposed, motion carried. Motion to approve the minutes of our July 1 meeting, reorganization and the regular meeting.
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Mitchell.
Second.
Second, Mr. Hamilton. All in favor?
Aye.
No one opposed, motion carried. And I didn't have anything online and anything public comment here. Okay. Yes, Gracie is now our ex officio member. Is there anything from student council or students? No? Okay. Hoping for an exciting beginning of the new year. Okay. And now Mr. Storms.
Well, we had our strategic planning meeting yesterday. Thank you, board members who were there. So, Mrs. Berry, Mrs. Graves, Mrs. Mitchell, and we also had Ms. Vandolph herself was there. So we worked as a team and many others. We had community members. We went through our strategic plan. We had staff members. We had members from each unit, as well as some community members there. And our goal was really to take a look at our strategic plan and update our action steps. And so at the September Board of Education meeting, we'll be ready to share those with you, share that our next steps, our updated strategic plan at that point. And so that's good. I think that we've really got some good places there, and that'll help us a little bit more than we were doing an executive session tonight, as we move forward. The other part I'd like to talk a little bit about here, and I put here our board committees. So you'll see if you scroll down on board action, the committees for the board members. And also in that area, we have if you're logged on, it may not be there, but it's the description. So the descriptions of those committees is there. So I can give a briefing so people know what those are. But the Tech Vision Committee, we look at our tech plan for the district. And we also talk about allocating resources within the district. So that's a committee that's looking at our technology and our use of technology and how do we move forward with that as a district. And we meet quarterly for that particular meeting. We have the strategic plan. So the strategic plan kind of differs over the 5-year period. So we have a 5-year strategic plan, but then we meet annually on the strategic plan just to talk about updates and looking at action steps and see what we can change and what we've met and what areas we need to look into next. So that's strategic plan, and then we also do that. We'll relook at the entire plan in a 5-year period of time. Communications is basically the ways we're communicating with our constituents, and that committee meets every other month throughout the school year. And that's a place where we're really trying to figure out ways that we can get our message out, get our brand out to the community, letting them know things. So that's our communication committee. Safety committee meets once a year. That's for the district level, for our DIRP, if you will, so the district emergency response plan. And we're looking at safety protocols for all of our students and staff on campus. And then that's where the building plans come in next. Those aren't published, but those are where we generate that from. So the DIRP is our umbrella plan. Construction committee meets as it's needed, but what's in the process when we have a change order or such during capital
we don't need to put anybody on the negotiation teams?
Well, right now, I'll say to you, like, it's probably good to have that there if we needed to, but right now
All
I'm
contracts.
kind of jumping the gun.
Yeah, but
PATs
contracts-
is not done yet, but I have all the faith in the world that we're gonna be there.
Close, right there.
At the beginning of the school year. And then we have, they're multi-year contracts that we have for all units at this point. So it's not critical, basically MOAs are typically done by me alone and then shared with the
Yeah.
board.
I would like to stay on the committees that I'm on, Tech Vision, unless somebody else needed it. Strategic Plan, we really have our 3 people, and Grayson's on that, so we should probably add Grayson in there too. So that one's full, we only need 3 people. So Tech Vision, I think, I don't know if that's an interest of yours, Grayson, too, or anybody else? Anyone else want to join that one?
Or is there pick?
I get my pick.
Yeah.
Pick a spot.
I certainly am interested in the communication
Okay.
company.
Add Lauren to the communication. Policy, we meet during the day, is that hard for you to do? No? No?
Especially during the week.
Okay, so it might be good to have another
Yeah.
member, so, yep, policy, yep.
That'd be great.
So Sarah and myself, what we've been doing is we meet for a couple of hours and go through policy, look at who disclose information for us, and then change the language as needed. Okay, so we got 3 for policy. Construction. See, there it is. Audit and finance, we really just meet and listen to the auditor, really.
Oh, I skipped over that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
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 And it's also an opportunity for us to talk about, we did have one meeting that was more about where we were financially. We talked about that in addition to the audit, so that's in the
Yeah.
annual audit meeting that we have, I forgot.
Anybody
Must
want
have
to,
skipped over that one.
no, anybody want to go off or stay on? You're good?
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. Stephanie, you're
I'm
okay?
good.
Okay.
It's Lauren,
Lauren, you said
gonna go on
communication?
Communications.
Great.
And,
And policy.
Perfect.
You
And we'll
could-
keep you on, Grayson on strategic plan, if you'll do that with us in the future. Well, we'll see, right, because you're gonna be graduating here, so.
Yeah.
So she really won't be.
Well,
But if there is
yeah.
any others, if you're looking at any of those and you know, you'd like to participate, and you can, and, or you and I can also talk about them too. Okay, where we are.
You can move me up from an alternative on construction to.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you need me at some point to switch buildings or something, I don't have a child in the district, so whatever is best. I know that the high school's a lot more.
Well, I think
events.
Lauren we have in pre-K 2 and intermediate, right?
I would be interested in that.
Okay, those 2.
And I can stay where I'm at.
Okay, we're okay everywhere?
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. And then as far as the negotiations, just leave as is?
I think you can leave it as is, or we can, or honestly,
Lauren, if you're interested in negotiating, but they're really not going to do too much this year. The contract will go for 3.
I'm good for now.
Okay. Okay. You good?
so
Okay.
we'll
You should
note,
let me left for
we'll
all
note
3
that
of them.
across the
Yeah.
boxes that we'll revisit this in
Yep.
next year,
Okay.
because there's really not a reason
Yep.
to establish a, and if there was some
We have-
thing that had to do with
Yep.
that, we bring it up at board meeting, and bring it
Yep.
back in.
And the
We do
board,
have people, at least 2 members on that committee, so it's.
Yeah.
But we'll do something that says it's not necessary
Yeah.
at this point, because then we'd have to come back to it anyway.
and the board did review their self-evaluation and did a draft of some of the objectives, but we're waiting to make sure we merge them with the strategic plan objectives, so again, we'll be looking at that in September.
And beyond that, we, as you probably have heard or seen, we're still looking for some positions in the district. Those are positions like, we're looking for 2 school psychologists right now. We're looking for 2
SAT? She's sidetracked now.
Oh, I thought Grayson went next according to that.
Well, she did,
schedule.
she's already done.
Oh, okay. Brian has his anniversary tonight, so I will make it
Oh,
quick.
good excuse.
Yes. Welcome to Lauren Crew, and we're excited to see you on this school board. As we stand at the threshold of a new academic year, I want to begin by thanking this board for your continued support, guidance, and commitment to the success of every student in our Peru district. August is always a time of transition and anticipation. Our buildings are buzzing with preparation, from final maintenance touch-ups to curriculum updates, staff training, and student enrollment. I'm proud to report that we are on track to welcome students back with strong educators, updated materials, and a renewed focus on multifaceted learning, student and staff well-being, and equity. We are excited to get to work with 17+ new teaching professionals. We look forward to another school year with the open collaboration Scott has initiated and the board has enthusiastically agreed to continue. As a union, we anticipate working with all stakeholders as true partners in the success of our Peru students.
Thank you, thank you. And during our strategic plan process the other day too, we talked to the new CSEA president, right?
Jake.
And she liked the idea of also coming in and addressing the board. So that'll be nice, a nice addition. So that's good. Okay, new business. No, reports and communications, I'm sorry. I'm going to skip right through. Reports and communications. Any questions on reports and communications? I do want to thank Rachel Rivas for that comprehensive report. Wow, it was amazing. And now we're seeing that increase in special education. Again, that swing back up again. So please express our thanks to her for being, having such a comprehensive, and it was an easy, yes, definitely an easy report to follow. So we have,
You'll see our reports like that will be very similar to that. It's in conjunction with State Ed. They're working with us on our reports for that
Okay,
particular
good.
process.
so, any questions, comments? Motion to accept and approve reports and communications 5A, consent A through H. So moved. Mrs. Mitchell, second?
I'm sorry. I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
The, like, student activities report
Yep.
accounts. I know you had made a comment in the past about, like, certain accounts are supposed to only be so high, right? There's a couple that are pretty high.
Yeah.
How far off the threshold are they, and what's the plan to sort of get them high?
I'll give you an example of one that was high. Our music boosters and the music
Yes,
was
was,
high.
yep.
And so, last year we did do some spending down on that particular one. I think that those are gonna be areas of focus. I'll say, I think one of the things you'll recognize is we weren't reporting it as often as we should have been reporting it in the past. We have a schedule now for that, which I'll be sharing with you, so we'll be able to kind of monitor that a little bit better and start to bring it down. Do you know, Karen, I don't mean to put you on the spot, do you know a threshold number that we can't go over?
I don't think it's explicitly written in the law anywhere, it's just really monitoring that the funds are being used by the clubs.
And
by the
it's really that
students,
year,
and
right?
that they're deciding that, like, the big use of those funds.
Yeah, because that music booster was like $31,000, so.
Yeah, there were a couple.
I can see you because of what happens, but the music booster was quite high.
We can definitely do, and it was a good point.
Or draw, I guess
As
it's
we
called
look
draw.
at those in the future, we can also be requesting some information on them as well for the future. But
Okay, we got a motion by Mrs. Mitchell, a second, please.
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Hamilton, all in favor? Aye. No one opposed, motion carried. Okay, and our next one is new business. I just want to thank the Lions and Abbey Farm. I think that was really nice of them to come through. I think we're almost at the point where,
yes, he's already starting.
okay,
So
good.
we're-
And I know there was questions about where should we put, that historic thing, and we were talking as we walked out, maybe it's something that's put right in between the windows
Bus bidding means that nobody bid on the buses? Did I read that wrong?
It looks like there was still quite a bit of time.
Oh, is that what it was? It
I
looks
thought
like
it was
it's
just a listing of,
static.
I'm sorry, I thought it was just a listing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a static page.
It is,
It's
but
a
there's,
P and D.
it's a screenshot that just
Right.
shows there's 15 days left.
Yes.
Oh,
there's
okay, I
still-
didn't know if that was from today or not.
No,
No.
it's not from today.
And I like the idea of that bus right app, sounds like a good thing.
Yeah.
I did have a question about that actually, I'm trying to figure out where I wrote it down. But it was talking about a specific communication that parents would receive, and I'm familiar with Parent Square, my kids are still in the primary and
Yeah.
intermediate ages.
So you'll actually, it's gonna be like tracking your child and, or the bus coming to pick up your
Right,
child.
through a downloaded app, I read that part, but it was saying that the way that that information about that app would be sent to parents would be through, not Parent Square, but a different source, I can't think of what the name is of it. School Tool. Is School Tool, is it either just something that maybe I haven't experienced it through intermediate and fifth, like up till fifth grade, but
And you received a message that was on
no,
your-
it was saying in the in the attachment that, that's how
I know.
That's how parents would be
Right,
informed
So-
of that app.
So
Invitations
what
are
it comes
being
down
emailed.
to is the parent, if your data isn't up to date in School Tool, meaning you didn't tell us some of our parents aren't keeping us up to date with where they're living.
Gotcha.
And so if we draw the data from School Tool to the, Live, right? Sorry.
Yeah,
Bus
that's what
right,
it was,
to the app, it comes
Okay.
from there. So you don't need to do anything in that particular, in our new app, but it's pulling it from the other.
Okay.
So it's that updated.
From our information source of all
Yes.
these.
It's pulling your primary email, that's what you were asking. from
Well,
that.
I wasn't, School Tool, is that what you said? I was like, I've never used School Tool.
You know that
My
paper
kids
that you
are-
fill out that they send you to?
Right,
verify
I was thinking it
information?
was like Parent Square, maybe for like middle school and on, so that's why I was asking if that was the only, okay.
For all the data.
Perfect.
Health and
Thank you.
It's gonna be exciting.
Clarification.
I think parents will really value it.
I
once we have it.
would love to have had this because our bus route could have like varied by quite a bit. That would have been fantastic information to have when the kids were little.
I know my kids don't like the fact that my wife monitors like 360, so it'll be,
It's a little life 360-ish for the bus.
Yes, but if you gotta be like outside or something, you're running late, you know, you've got time. Like, hey mom, run over and get the kids off the bus.
for sure. It's great.
You've got 35 seconds to run.
Okay, so can I have a motion to approve A through N? No, 6A through. Motion, Mr. Mitchell. Second, Mrs. Brew, all in favor?
Aye.
No one opposed, motion carried. Okay, personnel, Sullivan. Any questions? Did I see, did we take, oh, and we've got the addenda on 7E. We've got all the,
Everything that was on the agenda should be
Was that
included on the agenda.
Yeah.
okay, we've got all, any other questions or anything? I thought I saw on the most recent one, Yantiv's door, or maybe it was her resignation.
It was resignation.
Was it the resignation?
Yes.
Okay, okay, because I saw our name on there again. Okay. So on 7, A through I, have a motion.
The aid.
Yep.
Position, the aid position is created.
Yeah.
Is that in, like, are we okay? Is that in the budget? Is that something we need to fund in some other capacity or?
So we would be okay with this particular aid position. Again, we're moving some programs from, it's often what we end up having with special education
Sports merger, Mr. Storm?
Sure, so, after the last board meeting, the board asked me to have a conversation with and get a better understanding of the sports merger for hockey. What's really important, I shared last time, there was a, basically our bill that talked about how much we paid and included the two coaches that are part of the Saranac hockey program, or Saranac's program in general. We talked about the transparency component of it in regards to, bringing in, how does our coach fit into that equation? Because people were concerned, and it's not like we can say, well, Peru has a coach, so they don't need to pay for a coach. That would be part of the whole program. And-
Or deduct from.
Right, and it doesn't really deduct from, as they explained, as we had the conversation. Really, back when the decision was made to bring in another coach, they felt that it was, Peru really felt it was necessary for oversight. That's what Peru felt. I feel that at this point, we're in a place where, yes, it's great to have more coaches, but it's also important for us to recognize that, in the event we are in a place where I think that things have changed in education a bit too since that happened. And if we had a concern and a parent brought forth a DASA complaint or any kind of complaint for that matter, Mr. Perez would be required to investigate that fully. I'm confident that if we're truly trying to reduce the cost for our parents, and that's the biggest concern, I feel the best thing that the board could do at this point would be to remove the coach, the Peru coach from it. They don't feel they need another coach at this time. That 2 coaches is enough. I'm sure coaches may not necessarily agree with that, but that's what their athletic director feels, as well as, the superintendent. When I spoke with him, and I had our athletic director, and Barry came because he was the athletic director when it was decided back in the beginning of this. And then we would take that $3,000, which is essentially what our coach is being paid, and we would move that $3,000 over to the budget, to a budget line. We would take it out of our appendix completely, and move that over to that $3,000 over to the $11,000 that we allocate now for hockey. And then it's not for boys hockey, it would be for hockey. So we would divide the number of hockey players and the cost for those hockey players. Instead of 11,000, it'd be 14,000. Because if we're really talking about making a difference for our Peru community or Peru families, that's the way we're gonna make the difference. The truth is, no other merger has another coach. And I will say, I think there was a period of time when there was a little bit of, it was one of the first mergers that we were involved in. And I think that there was a time when people were really, it was about, school pride, there was.
Trust.
School pride and school trust, but we have to, like, if we're going to go down the road and we're going to, merge with another school, we have to believe we have that trust. I think there was more to it than that. There was still, like, we had more people, so there needed to be a emblem on the shoulder at Saranac that was the spear at the time. All of that's not part of a merger. You're merging with another school district who's providing those things. And if we were to add our coach for true transparency, the price of hockey goes up. It goes up for them and it goes up for everybody. So that it would go the opposite direction of what we're saying. And I don't think our parents would see that as a value at all. So I think that the best thing the board could do at this point would be to authorize that I make that cut of that assistant coach, and we take that money and put it towards the overall $11,000, and then we'll budget it that way in the future, which would be at $14,000.
And how many do we have, I think it said about 11 boys, and I didn't see the girls' numbers, that's why.
So I didn't have that on there.
But it's like 1 or 2.
Right,
It's
but
not-
it's one of those things where that can fluctuate all the time, and
Oh,
that
definitely.
definitely impacts not.
Not until we approve it.
It's been on the agenda and the individual did call.
Okay. I was just, I don't know enough about it to.
No, not until we approve that 3,000 going in, cutting it. Any other questions?
How much do we give to other sports? Like, if they have 11,000, are we gonna ask them to do more thousand?
Other sports, we pay the full ride.
Well, some of
We
them,
pay
not all
everything.
mergers.
We
So-
don't
Not
pay
all
just
mergers,
part
we
of
don't
it.
have- some we don't have
You're
any.
referring to the other merger, you're saying the other way. So right now, the only merger that we charge or we pay, or frankly, it's being charged to us is the merger of hockey.
So not for lacrosse?
Not for lacrosse. Because
I can't hear
no
something.
Ice.
Ice is
Right,
official.
oh, I know.
There's no, the lacrosse is so minimal compared to the hockey cost, that's the.
And the kids are
Most of the
carrying,
exchanges are just a few.
but on the lacrosse side too, the families are supporting their,
Right.
all those equipment, just like they
The
do.
school
in
doesn't pay for it.
And they, when they established that, agreed to do that
They agreed to support it,
many years ago.
both hockey and lacrosse.
And I think it's important to recognize, like, if we go down the road where every merger, and some school districts do charge for every merger, we don't currently charge for mergers, and I think it's a give and take of it. If we go down the road and have to charge for mergers, we don't have a lot of kids that are merging into others, but we have a few. We're gonna have to look at it from a financial perspective. We're gonna have to
Well,
look
I
at
think
it.
if you only have one child, like say one football player from NAC or from C, the one doesn't have a financial impact. But like with hockey, half the team is merged, so then that's a much bigger financial impact. So I can see we're not charging at this point. If we had an
Well, I
influx
do
of
feel
half
that
the
since I've
teams.
been in this role,
Yeah.
I would say that, and before, because I was out there, I would say this has been a concern of parents that are playing hockey. It's not a new thing. And I think that, with the number of students they're talking about, they typically have two. This was a concern because Peru and Saranac did not agree on some of the things that were allegedly happening, with the hockey coaching, back then. And so the decision was made to have a little more oversight. So I guess it's a decision, it really comes down to the decision of the board feels we should go. I mean, as me, my recommendation would be to move forward with that reduction and move that money towards the families.
Any other questions? Okay, motion to approve? Motion, Mr. Hamilton, second? Second. Okay, everybody second, okay. We'll take a turn here, Mrs. Oswald Davies. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Okay, our SRO agreement.
So a lot of discussion on that one as well. So the difference between an SRO and an SPO. So, the concern really I think was more along the lines of, and maybe misinterpretation of the agreement in regards to if they were going to house a firearm in the school, and that's not the
That was a big
intent, and
thing,
we
right.
did end up removing that.
Right.
But in regards to an SRO and an SPO, so we are the only school district, so I know there was concern, were we going to lose Zach? And Zach really has that opportunity in his own agreement, our current SRO, he kind of bids for the job. That's kind of how it works. In the event that he made a choice to bid a different type of job, then we would very much have an SPO. It's not like no other school right now has an SRO. can ask if they'll add that, but if the board is comfortable moving forward.
I'm fine
One
agreeing
day.
to it without it, I just think that for
Okay.
clarification's sake, moving forward.
I think what happens here too is that when you're talking about act as a liaison, when a police or fire come to a school no longer belongs to the school.
Right.
It's the police or the fire.
Okay.
They are in charge.
And
Whereas
that
an
may be-
EMS comes to the school, they don't take charge of the school.
No.
I
Maybe
just
that,
wanna do it whatever they want.
maybe that,
Sometimes they're just like, we're done, just take
Yeah,
the whole thing.
but that may be, in-
Maybe that is,
Yeah,
yeah, and not knowing the
that's a
context,
clarification.
but when you talk about liaison, and that's,
Sure.
that might be the, because they're normally at that point, it's the administrator and then the SRO or the SPO that
But-
we deal with regardless of the school we're going into.
Right, but if the police show up or the fire show up,
No, I get
the
that.
school officials have no official, duty or title or anything else. The fire department takes it over or the police department takes it over. A lot of people don't realize that.
The only other thing I had a question on is, would it be advantageous, I mean, Zach's obviously familiar with the way that the school operates, do they get any kind of education on TCI? That's a pretty standard training that goes in all the districts.
So their staff are not trained in TCI, and that's something that they don't want them trained in.
No, I'm not saying training in it, but like an awareness.
Oh, of course, so.
So this is what the expectation is, so if you see the staff doing X, Y, and Z, this is because these are what they're trained to do?
Yes, we make sure whoever our officer is.
Okay, I was just wondering.
They're aware of that.
Again, not knowing who's coming in, I just think that might be, if we don't already have some type of awareness.
So I will make.
Yeah, they have their own training. They don't do TCI.
I will,
I've went through that with EPOS.
No, and I understand that they don't, because like, we don't, like, if I come in as EMS, I don't know necessarily what TCI means, but I think that if they're gonna be working with the
we definitely.
people that are gonna be
offer-
the first people that on the front line,
Mhm.
dealing with the student that needs that.
We offer the other version, which is a lighter version, it's more strategy based, and he's participating in that. So we would always.
So I'm feeling, why are you doing that?
Other person. So I will reach out and just talk about EMS for
Yeah,
that.
no, I'm just wondering, it just, I didn't know if it
I think-
needed, it can be a not this year, next year problem, it's not a,
That we would
not a today problem.
agree with the sheriff's department beside.
Oh, yes,
That was
that's,
part of
I
the
believe,
question originally.
I think that's still in there too about,
You know, it seemed like a change from the last time, which I just noted because that seemed like
see,
something.
didn't we say sheriff, and officers,
30 days or
to
something.
serve in the district according to schedules established by mutual agreement? Yes. I thought we had it in there, too, that it was an agreement, wasn't
They
there
have it up
part
front.
before they,
6B.
6B?
There's so many.
Where we had,
The
it said-
district and sheriff will agree on which SBO will be assigned to the
Okay.
district.
yeah, so it's in there, okay?
And it says request by the district to terminate under 5, assignment of SPOs in the district shall be honored within a 30-day written notice.
Okay, any other questions on that? Motion to approve our SRO agreement?
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Mitchell? Second, Mr. Hamilton, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Derp.
So
God, I love that.
we went
I love
through,
the derp.
we went through the district's emergency
Yeah.
response plan and made the changes
Changes that were
I
recommended.
think recommended.
Yep.
One of the things I just wanted to bring to your attention, I did reach out to administration. Mr. Marino did bring up at the last meeting, the buddy system and how the buddy system worked in the secondary side of campus. I did reach out to administration, they definitely had a few hiccups with the buddy system at the elementary school, being the fact that there may be times when a teacher or a staff member may not necessarily have their phone with them when they're transporting kids between classes, because there's a lot of that back and forth between classes. But something will be created in both plans similar to that of the buddy system. For those of you who don't remember what the buddy system is, 2 individuals or 3 individuals would be, they may come out of the building in a particular sector of the building, for example, on School Street. And if Bonnie and I are buddies, if I see Bonnie, we're good. Bonnie sees me, we're good. If I don't see Bonnie and I know Bonnie's there, then I report Bonnie as missing to lead to our sector leaders. And it didn't work as well via the phone situation in the else, we made those changes in there.
Any other questions? Motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Mitchell, second, Mrs. Graves, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Academic calendar.
So the academic calendar we talked about as well, and I really have thought a lot about this since the last meeting and talked to other superintendents about it as well. And I feel that the best thing to do right now is to leave our calendar as is, because just making the assumption that we would need to put those half days in June is not taking the thought that we may need those half days in September. And so I feel like we have to be mindful that those half days, I need to be able to use those where I need to be able to use those. I realize it has the potential, it's more convenient for our families to know in advance, but I also have to be mindful of the temperature. So I think that it's better for me to leave them all as, you know, as opportunities that I could use if I needed to. So we'll leave our calendar the way it currently is.
So
Yes.
odd to think about stuff like that.
It is. It was like today, I'm in trouble.
Right. Yeah, or tomorrow.
They wouldn't learn anything.
So, I think that was my recommendation.
You have a nice break in December.
Yeah.
Where do you go somewhere?
Who needs Christmas at home?
Yeah, my kids are old enough, they're good.
That's right.
Any other questions? Motion?
So we've already, you've already at this point, approved this calendar.
Oh, did we?
You
Okay,
already
so no,
approved it, so
okay.
nothing needs to happen.
Okay.
Only if I was changing something, we would
That's
have
right,
to come
okay.
back today.
I retract my motion.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Olivia's like scribble, 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 scribble.
Okay. There's a facilities use request from the Lions Club for their turkey trot. Any questions on that one? It's always nice to reciprocate with everything that they do for us, so.
Absolutely.
Motion to approve the facilities use request.
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Oswald Davies, second, Mrs. Mitchell, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried, nobody opposed. And then we have, another one for the Apple Fest using the parking lot. I don't think we've ever had one before, asking to use the parking lot, so that was nice, okay. Yeah, they just come and use it, you know? Who's gonna question it and say to go?
Parade setup probably, right?
Yeah, for the
They've
parade.
always done that, why is that in there?
I guess maybe somebody said you need to
Somebody
start
said,
asking.
we better ask.
Yeah, it's okay. So, motion to approve that request.
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Mitchell. Second, Mrs. Brew. All in favor? Aye. Okay, motion carried, nobody opposed. Okay, motion to authorize the attendance of our district clerk for the virtual, district clerk workshop on September 30 and October 1.
Motion.
Okay, no questions on that one, right?
You're the one.
Okay, second, Mrs. Mitchell, second, motion, Mrs. Mitchell, second, Mr. Hamilton, all in favor?
Aye.
No one opposed, motion. And then this one is for the board's office, Lucas Academy, and I would like to attend that virtually on October 3rd.
I am scheduled to join that.
Okay, so I will attend that one. So motion to approve my attendance at that virtual workshop.
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Mitchell.
Second.
Second, Mrs. Boswell Davies, all in favor?
Aye.
No one opposed, motion carried. And now, Drew,
Yeah.
you're going to do it?
I was looking at the dates, I didn't, yeah,
Going to do it virtually, or?
I was thinking I was going to do it the online version, just because my work schedule typically is the weekend portions when I'm less available.
Yes, and they go.
And they go midway through the day, which is typically when
Yep.
I'm unavailable, so although I would have preferred it a different way, I think the online option seemed
Okay.
best for me.
Okay, so, motion for Mrs. Brew to attend the state mandated virtual training.
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Mitchell. Second. Second, Mrs. Graves, all in favor?
Can,
Motion, yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
but can we do it, can we write that so it's not specifically a virtual, just in case something changes and she needs to?
Okay, attend the state man,
Online.
yeah, we can, okay,
Yeah.
okay, so we can say
Whichever
state
version is.
mandate, we've got to register her.
I will amend mine first.
not live, virtually or online,
It's a
okay,
good thought.
okay, thank you. Motion, I think everybody approved and nobody opposed. And, the NISBA voting delegate, well, he isn't here, but we're gonna make a motion for Mr. Webanero, I think he said he'd do it anyway.
He said,
Yeah,
He
he
says
said,
he enjoys it.
yeah, he likes that. So, motion to approve Mr. Webanero as the NISBA voting delegate.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Mrs. Mitchell, second. Mr. Hamilton, all in favor? No one opposed, motion carried.
He's gonna have to learn to just come to the meetings when his name.
He's out there fighting fires.
Yeah, he's doing a good thing for the community.
Yeah, I don't think
And then,
there's
then
any,
we're rewarding him by putting him as a voting delegate.
I don't think there's any public comment, so we don't need an executive session, so who is going to take Mr.
I think,
Peters' place?
I think Ms. Brew has to do it. She's
Oh,
sitting in that spot.
motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second, Mrs. Mitchell, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried, all in favor, and have a wonderful evening. That's right, the person to my right has to do that.
Always.
Always.
I just need to know.
It's
Just
not-
tell me.
Yeah,
Right.
well, we just figured that one out. All right.
Actually, you inherited that one from committee.
Yes,
and
because,
it's
yeah,
on there.
so Peters was to my right always. Okay, thank you, we got everything? Thank you, everyone. When's sports start, Grayson, next week?
Monday.
Monday, you're track, right?
Cross country.
Cross country, oh, that's